Hey everybody, Felix Staffelbaker here. I wanted to make a video about what is an ETP. This is from Bogart Wealth. Investors are often looking for ways to diversify their portfolios, and one way to do that is with exchange-traded products, or ETPs. These are securities available on stock markets that work like stocks, since both have fluctuating prices and are publicly traded. ETPs differ from stocks, however, because they are used to track a specific financial instrument like a currency, interest rate, commodity, or share price index. Exchange-traded products let you acquire exposure to an index or asset class. They are generally considered safe and cost-effective ways to diversify an investment portfolio. These products are typically classified as passive investments. This is because they tend to have lower fees relative to index funds and active mutual funds. It pays to learn about the similarities and differences between ETPs and stocks if you're putting together an investment portfolio. This guide will give you a solid understanding of ETPs and their pros and cons in hopes of helping you find a new path forward earning attractive returns. Types of exchange-traded products. Some exchange-traded products track benchmark indexes, while others monitor common markets like the FTSE 100, the FTSE. Some monitor specialized benchmark indexes like sector-specific shares that pay a high dividend. These fall into three categories regardless of which you explore. One is the exchange-traded funds. An ETF is commonly used to track an index fund like the S&P 500. It can also be used to monitor a market, currency, industry, or commodity. The prices of ETFs rise and fall like stocks. These funds are traded in the same way investors buy and sell stocks throughout the day. Exchange-traded notes, number 2. ETFs and ETNs are similar in that both can be used to track an underlying index of securities and trade on major exchanges. They differ in that ETNs function as collections of unsecured debt securities, however. Those who invest in an ETN get paid the return received from the index they track at a set maturity date. These investors aren't charged any fees or commissions either. Number 3, exchange-traded commodities. You can purchase ETCs that provide access to one debt instrument or a basket of them. These commodities do not come with interest payment and often provide investors with significant exposure to currencies. It's easy to get confused about ETPs and how they work. When you partner with an independent financial advisor, though, you can get an expert insights into these funds and other investment vehicles. Your advisor can outline blah 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 trading products are frequently compared to stocks, but they share similarities to other investment vehicles as well. Here are a few things to keep in mind. An ETP can operate like an investment trust, which a publicly listed company can use to sell a fixed number of shares to investors. The trust is listed on a stock exchange, and money from it pooled to make investments. A fund manager controls trust though, unlike an ETP. ETPs are open-ended investment companies, and OEIC are similar. An OEIC issues shares like an investment trust and relies on investors' money to drive its growth, but is not listed or traded on a stock exchange. There is also a unit trust option for those who are considering ETPs, other investment opportunities. A unit trust consists of a collective investment vehicle in which money is pooled together to make investments. It operates similar to an OEIC, but is not considered a company, and it issues units instead of shares. ETPs are distinct in many ways, but have many similarities to other investment vehicles. Those unsure about ETPs are best for and when to use them should consider seeking expert guidance. And just goes into a few other things. reasons to choose exchange traded products as investment vehicles. Anyone on the lookout for a cost-effective and simple-to-use investment vehicle might look at an exchange-traded product as an option. ETPs have a lower barrier to entry and greater flexibility over other investment vehicles. These products can represent excellent options for first-time investors because they can provide access to an alternate asset class or a whole new index with a single transaction. You can easily buy or sell these products in the same way that you would stocks. Investors can acquire and exchange these products while the stock exchange is open and prices updated throughout the day. ETPs can also provide additional liquidity in comparison to other investment options. Keep in mind, however, that the products can have inconsistent trading volumes, which can affect their liquidity. 3 factors to consider as you evaluate ETPs. There is a lot to consider as you assess exchange-traded products and how they stack up against other investment vehicles. Number 1, structure. The replication structure of exchange-traded product affects the risk, costs, and accuracy of the underlying asset it's tracking. ETPs feature a physical or synthetic structure for replication. Physical options involve purchasing the underlying assets they track, while synthetic ones involve using a swap agreement in which the issuer buys underlying asset via a counterparty. 2. Risks. There are costs, tax, currency, and other dangers to consider, along with the risk of market changes that affect the price of ETPs. Those who choose physical products are also subject to securities lending and sampling risks. Those who select synthetic products face risks by working with counterparties. 3. Liquidity. The liquidity of ETPs is often predicated on the volume traded, and the products that are based on the underlying asset rather than supply and demand. Understanding how the products are created and redeemed then can help you assess the pricing behind them. The factors above are only a few things to consider relative to these products. And then it just basically says consult a expert. But basically an exchange traded product is giving EOS the exposure to so many people, a lot of people who are looking for it and waiting for this to be able to jump in. You know, especially when we see that EOS ETP is scheduled to be on one of the Deutsche exchanges. I mean, that's right up Angermeyer alley. And when you see that family is starting to make moves, other families that are, watching them start to make their move, and then it trickles down. It doesn't take long for this to start to be well accepted and start to really take off in a major way. So I just want to put that out there. Staffel Baker out.